Big news on the David Celeste Rivas Hernandez case. We now know who the private investigator is that was hired by the Hollywood Hills landlord for the home that David had been staying at, right by where the Tesla was found with Celeste's body inside. Well, we just sat down with this investigator himself, Steve Fisher, about what he has learned so far, what we can expect next. Let me tell you, it is shocking.
You know, D4vd's story has officially crossed the point of no return. A singer who built an entire image on mystery and emotion, now facing the kind of revelation that makes every old lyric sound like a confession.
Apparently, David wrote it in 2023, and the lyrics are kind of crazy.
Because what started as quiet rumors in the Hollywood Hills would soon unravel into a full-blown investigation when police discovered something inside his Tesla that no one could explain. And from that single discovery, the entire myth of D4vd began to collapse in real time.
Big new developments in the case of the rising pop star and his dead girlfriend discovered in the trunk of his Tesla. You have probably seen the headlines about David, real name David Anthony Burke, the soft-spoken chart-topping singer whose abandoned Tesla contained the rotting remains of his girlfriend, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, in Los Angeles.
David built a career out of TikTok and YouTube gaming until he decided to give singing a shot. Tracks like Romantic Homicide and Here With Me put him on the map. But that fame didn't really matter once a body was discovered in the back of his Tesla. Workers reported a foul smell from the car for days. When the police finally checked the vehicle, they found remains in the trunk, wrapped in bags. The victim was later identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. That's when law enforcement finally decided to step things up.
These details about this search of the home where he's connected to, a Hollywood Hills home where he had been living, was searched overnight. Law enforcement sources told ABC News on Thursday as authorities investigate the death of a teenage girl whose body was found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to the 20-year-old singer.
The Los Angeles Police Department served David with a search warrant. They searched his Hollywood Hills residence, the one near the tow yard, and took multiple pieces of evidence into their possession. And yeah, in the days that followed the search, David started packing. He canceled his tour dates. Scheduled European and US shows were no longer on the docket. Even stranger, in Texas, 2 deeds changed hands, both transferred to his mother.
We now have a much better understanding of when that Tesla arrived at that final parking spot. I'll tell you, I do have surveillance from different houses in the neighborhood showing the Tesla being moved.
What's more, David broke his lease for the house in Hollywood Hills. Within days, the place was empty. Meanwhile, the vehicle remained at the center of the investigation. How did the car sit unnoticed in a tow yard in the Hollywood Hills for weeks on end?
It's an ongoing investigation. We have a lot of resources dedicated to bringing it to a conclusion.
It's an important question, because Celeste had been missing since April 5th, 2024. Did that mean she had been sitting in that trunk all along? More importantly, forensics teams concluded that the body was in its advanced stage of decomposition.
Take a look at the video. It shows the early Tuesday investigation into human remains. The LAPD says were found in the trunk of a blue Honda Civic that appears to have fire damage. Police say that car was left abandoned on a roadway in south central LA before it was impounded.
Why's that worth pointing out? Well, because the cause of death was deferred. This means that investigators weren't ready to rule whether it was foul play or an accident, signaling another end of the line in the investigation. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not yet determined the cause or manner of Ms. Rivas Hernandez's death. As such, it remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body. RHD is thoroughly examining every aspect of this case to uncover the truth and seek justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez and her family. But then came the digital trail. D4vd's old music videos and interviews. Everything was in the spotlight. Fans noticed how several of D4vd's old posts had vanished, leading to suspicion. Was this a cleanup? Was he hiding something? The most chilling part? Fans found proof of a relationship between Celeste and Burke. Photos, matching tattoos, and rumors of something more.
She had a tattoo on her right index finger that said the letters SHHH ...
Promises of retiring in 3 to 4 years, right around the time Celeste would have turned 18. David even took on a Hello Kitty persona, and fans suspect it's all because Celeste liked it. What's crazier is that he has an unreleased Hello Kitty track. As for their pictures, they're all in Hello Kitty filters. The internet was in an outrage. Lock him up already. It's wild they found a dead body in his trunk and he still has access to the internet. What type of privilege is that? But there were no answers. No press statement, no denial, no apology. Just pure absence on David's end. His tour dates quietly vanished from Ticketmaster listings. Collaborators scrubbed his name from credits. His Instagram went dark and silent. And his Twitter, which was once filled with cryptic captions, became a graveyard. Posts from his past did the talking. Confessions of crimes, signs of troubling behavior that millions brushed under the rug. But now, for the people, only one headline mattered. No charges filed, no suspect named. And that was enough to spark an outrage. So after all the fucking evidences that D4D was behind Celeste's death, just for him to be not the murder suspect and is getting away with it, death to the patriarchy. Meanwhile, the artist who once filled arenas with music now only echoes through hushed investigative reports.
First of all, there's messages from his Discord server that show him talking to a girl named Celeste. This interaction was from 2022, by the way, and it says she joined the server back in 2021. There were also people who had a convo saying they were pretty sure he had a girlfriend named Celeste in 2024. One of the strangest messages from his server was someone who said in response to him saying he was in a song crisis, drop the one with the missing girl, Celeste.
But people saw the timing, the cleanup, the vanishing act, and for many, that said everything. The investigation is still ongoing, with new leads popping up. There's Steve Fisher, who was hired by the owner of a Hollywood Hills home. And guess what? He managed to establish a timeline around David's Tesla.
Michelle Fisher joining us now with what he discovered. Michelle?
Mark, as of right now, this case remains a death investigation, and all along the LAPD has said the body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez had likely been in the Tesla for several weeks before it was discovered. But one private investigator tonight telling us his evidence indicates it may have been much longer.
It's a sign that hope is not lost for Celeste yet, and that David might actually be held responsible for his actions after all. And that, right there, is the singer's kryptonite.